the exercise number 62. What we will do here is we will have to repeat one or two measures several times. And there is always a challenge to pay attention which part of the bow we need to use. Okay, let's start with number 62. First two measures. Right away, I need to mention that there seems to be a misprint because the second measure is marked as down bow, but you actually have to correct it to up bow. How will it work? We will play first four notes using whole bow. G stands for the whole bow, and then last two notes of the first measure we will play at the tip. That's what SP is. And then after that, we will use the whole bow for next four notes in the second measure, and very last two notes of the second measure we play at the frog. Before we do it, just in case, let's review all of those abbreviations. G stands for the whole bow. UH is the lower part, or H is the upper part, SP is the tip, and FR is a frog. And sometimes you will see letter M, which stands for middle part of the bow. But we will be repeating it several times, so there will not be a problem learning that. First, I will play it for you, and then we will play several times together. So I'll be playing in this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, I used about quarter note for each note when I slurred them, 4 notes per bow, and then I just used a quarter note at the tip for separate notes, and quarter of the bow, I should say, at the frog for the notes at the end of the second measure. Let's now do it together, and we will repeat it 2 times as indicated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you have to use the whole bow, you need to make sure that the whole bow is actually dealt in a very specific way. That means that when you start from the frog, your wrist is in this position, but then when you move beyond the middle part of the bow, you will see that your bow hold will change. And what will actually happen is that your index finger will have to be turned. And then you go back to middle part of the bow, and that will change again. Just in case, let's review this technique. I'm sure it's familiar for you, but still it always requires extra attention. We will just play on the D string long bow strokes 4 times. We'll start at the frog with the perfect bow hold, as perfect as you can make it, and then when we move to the tip, you'll have to turn your wrist this way. Let's try it. I'll give you 2 beats for nothing, and each note will be 4 beats. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2. Turning the wrist. 1, 2, and returning back. 4. That will serve as a perfect exercise. Let's move on, and now we'll play the first line of 62, measures 3 and 4. What we'll have to change here, Dotzauer and Klingenberg, they actually give us 2 options what to do here. You see, we have bowing or rather bow distribution suggestions written on top, and then second option. Let's first play the top option. We will have to start in the upper part of the bow right away. So that means you place the bow in the middle and start, and then two separate notes, SP, you remember? That's the tip of the bow. Then, or H, you stay in the upper part of the bow for following 4 notes, and then M is the middle part of the bow. So you play 2 separate notes in the middle part of the bow. Let's do it together. I'll play it with a repeat sign. Measures number 3 and 4 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now let's use the bottom option. That means you will have to stay in the lower part of the bow. Right? We'll start at the frog and then play separate notes in the middle part of the bow, and then we'll return to the frog when we will play last couple of notes. Let's play those 2 measures, 3 and 4 together with a repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The next challenge is to stay in the upper part of the bow, but you have a different bowing suggestion. 2 notes slurred, 1 separate. 2 notes slurred, 1 separate. When that happens, usually we have to spend more bow or use faster bow speed when you play separate notes. If you don't do it, if you maintain the same bow speed, you will say, even if you start at a frog, that will lead to and you see you're stuck, you don't have any more bow to use. So the solution is actually to use twice as much bow in terms of the bow speed when you play separate notes. Of course, it might affect the sound, so if you don't try to lighten the bow a bit, that separate note might sound a bit loud. And actually, we will use, and we are using, the faster bow speed to bring some notes to the life. That's one of the ways to showcase some of the notes. The most effective way, of course, if you also use it with vibrato when possible. But that's a little bit beyond of the topic of our study here. So, your goal is to try to move with a faster bow speed when you play separate notes. I'll show you. That's measure number 5 from the first line, and I'll play it 2 times, just me. So you see, I'm playing in. Let's see. We start here in the upper part of the bow. So I will just stay in the upper part of the bow. The result is usually a bit more airy sound when we play the separate note. So we have to be very careful choosing this type of the bowings, but you need to be able to make it work when needed. Let's play it together. Measure number 5. Let's play it 4 times. 2 times doesn't even seem to be enough. Okay, we stay in the upper part of the bow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. alternative to improve sound quality when you play separate note will be or would be playing it a bit louder. That would work this way. So now I'm maintaining the same touch between the bow and the string, but as a result, that separate note is louder. And depending on the piece of music you have to play, you might use one way or another, or rather a combination of those two ideas.